Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm filming my foundation tinted moisturizer declutter. So I just filmed my concealer declutter. I'll link that in the cards or below if you want to watch that. But this category is... So I wear foundation maybe once a month. Maybe twice a month. And I do go in these little stretches where I have the foundation I'm really enjoying and I'll wear it, somewhat routinely. But honestly, I work from home 3 days a week and I just, I'm out, my kids play travel soccer, so I'm outside a lot and I'm sweating profusely. So I just don't wear it that often. And for someone who does not wear foundation that often, what? What is this? I don't have a need to have more than a couple foundations. I can't even say that I have a few favorites that I have multiple colors in for winter and summer. These are all different. and so I want to get rid of most of these today. So let's do this. Okay, I think I'm in frame. Okay, this is just absolute bananas nonsense right now. I have no excuse for this, frankly, other than I think a few months ago I went on this, for some reason I felt like I desperately wanted to get into foundation. So I went on this spree of purchasing and here we are, so here we are. Okay, right off the bat, let's start with this guy. This guy has had a moment in the sun, This is the KVD Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm, and I have mine in the shade Light 21, and I got this actually from Influencer, I think I'm saying that right. This was my very first Vox box. If you don't know what Influencer is, it's one of those services where you sign up, it's free, you create a profile, and it's a review platform, so you can search for all kinds of different products. Obviously tons of makeup and beauty sort of things, but there are also snacks and beverages and, dog food and just all kinds of things. But they will periodically, usually maybe once a week, I will get an email survey where they are going to be sending out a variety of products or some specific products for testing and review. But they're sending, they want to send them out to specific demographics. So perhaps they have some men's cologne and they want to know if you have a man of a certain age in your home who'd be willing to test it, or perhaps their shoes or a new coffee maker, and they want to know if you're a coffee drinker. So at any rate, you take the survey, and then if you get selected, you end up getting a package in the mail for free. And the only requirements are that you have to review it a certain number of places. You give an honest review. There's no requirement that you have to give a positive review. Some of them just want you to review it on Sephora or Ulta's website. Some of them want you to review it on the brand website. So there's a variety of different requirements. But this was the first one that I got. And I had to review this, I think, on the Influencer site and on Sephora's site. And this is actually a good shade match for me. And I was really excited to get this because this was a product I was actually considering buying on my own, but it was $40 some odd. I hate this with a deep, fiery passion. I hate it so much. This is billed as being good for dry skin, and I have, my skin is experiencing desertification. It's so dry, often has flaky patches. I have to be so intense and particular about the products I use for my skincare routine and sunscreen and you know, serums and all of this stuff, and then especially the things I put on top of my face. And there are, spoiler alert, many of these products in here that do not highlight dry patches. They make my skin look moisturized and as natural as it can for a foundation, and this was god awful. It was so bad. So bad. That being said, I know there are some people out there who've really enjoyed this, and I've used it like one time. So hopefully someone with a different skin type than me will enjoy this product, but I can't wait to get rid of it. Okay, this is another one that I'm shocked that I did not like. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer, and mine's in the shade Fair 3W. This was a good shade match. I went to Ulta and someone helped me shade match it. I thought, you know, tinted moisturizer would be right up my alley because I like natural finish. I don't like a lot of coverage, and this is, you know, with it being a hyaluronic acid, it's, you know, supposed to be moisturizing, but the way this sits on my skin, it just looks terrible. It looks terrible. It's like you can see it. It's just sitting on top of my skin. It highlights, you know, texture and drier patches, and I've tried it a variety of different ways. I think I've tried this 3 or 4 different times. I've tried it with, you know, different moisturizers and sunscreens and primers, and I just can't get this to work. I can't get it to work. Everybody else on the planet seems to love this except me. So, goodbye. Okay, let's see. This one, I'll talk about this one. This one really surprised me. I'm gonna keep this one. This is the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. It says it's medium to full coverage, and I got mine in the shade Soft Beige. So this is like a glass pump. This you can only buy at the Dollar General. So I know some of my viewers don't live in the United States. I have no idea if Dollar General ships elsewhere. I know they do ship obviously within the US, so if you live somewhere here where there's not a Dollar General store, I believe you can get this shipped to you, but this is $5. And I bought this because of an Allie Glines recommendation, and I really like this. It has a really nice kind of natural looking finish. I don't like a full coverage foundation, so when it says medium to full coverage, perhaps it means you can build it up to that. For me, I used a smaller amount and just kind of got like a nice natural looking amount of coverage, a more sheer amount. The shade match was really nice. I'm surprised by this. I think this is the newest foundation to me. I bought this, I think, in the weeks before I went on my no-buy. Maybe sometime in the month before I went on my no-buy. So I believe perhaps in June sometime. So I want to keep this. I definitely want to use this a little bit more, play around with it. But this for $5, I can't, especially with this packaging, the glass, this was a serious find. These guys, I wanted to like these so much. These really had their moment when they came out. These are the e.l.f. Camo CC creams that people were saying were dupes for the It Cosmetics CC cream. That's like a cult favorite. I've tried a sample of the It Cosmetics CC cream and didn't like it. So I'm not sure why I thought I would like these, but these are like $14 each, which, you know, for e.l.f. is in a drugstore is kind of on the expensive side. And I bought this one first in light 280N, and this one was too deep. It might be a better shade match now that I'm tan, but so then I went back and bought light 210N. So I've spent almost $30 on this. The packaging is nice. I like that it's the pump and the squeezy tube, but when this first goes on, it looks fine, but it just doesn't wear well on me. It just doesn't. And I've kept it because it was one of those products that, again, I think like with the ColourPop one, I kept telling myself, everybody loves this. So surely I love it too. I just have to keep wearing. No, I don't like it. I don't like this. I just don't like this. I don't like it. I'm getting rid of this. Okay, this one. This is like an old classic, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I used to love this. I have mine in the shade Soft Beige, and this smells like paint, and it has this weird paddle applicator, but this is another one that's super affordable and is a nice foundation. This is the dewy finish one. They also have the matte finish one. I fell in love with this when they just had one. It wasn't dewy, it wasn't matte, it was just the Photo Focus foundation. And I really liked that one. And the one I had, I just had for so long, I ended up decluttering it because it was probably expired, and I'd used quite a lot of it. And then I just, you know, went on to other things. And then when they kind of redid it and they came out with these 2 different formulas, I thought, oh, this one would be perfect because I have dry skin. Let me try it. And I just don't like it anymore. I don't like it. And it makes me sad because I loved this so much before. But I just don't like this, guys. It just, again, it's another one. It doesn't sit well on my skin. It doesn't wear well. I think as the day goes on, you can really see it start to break apart. And I'm so picky. I love the way natural skin looks, even though my natural skin has, you know, blemishes and sunspots and age spots and all of that. I just really like the way natural skin looks. And so for me, a foundation just needs to do better than this. It just does. So I'm passing this on. This one I hate with a passion, and I think a lot of other people do as well. It's the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk in the shade 540 Light. And I gave this a try. I was intrigued by it anyhow. Skin milk, maybe more natural finish product, but I finally bit the bullet and gave this a try because Jessica Braun recommended it, and like I've mentioned in previous videos, I do enjoy a lot of her recommendations. But this has, I tried this in a video. I don't remember which one, but it's still on my channel. When this comes out, it has like these little white particles in it that you assume, or at least I did, I assumed like that once you started buffing the product into your skin, they would break apart and maybe they were like little beads of moisture or something like that, but they don't. They just sit on your skin, and so you have to like go through and like wipe off these little white flecks. And again, I think that I've seen multiple people who are using this for the first time saying, well, maybe I just got a bad one, or maybe mine's starting to dry out. But everybody's saying that. And I don't like the actual product well enough to deal with that. It would have to be this really amazing, outstanding product for me to want to deal with that fussiness, and it's just not. So I'm getting rid of this. Okay, this was such a dumb purchase. So I bought this, just the name, after everything I've told you about my preferences for foundation, then for me to buy CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, like, what was I thinking? This was another one, like I mentioned in my highlighter declutter, that there was that e.l.f. like Glimmer and Glow highlighting palette or something that Casey Holmes loved, and I bought. This is the same thing. She loves this foundation, and she and I could not have different foundation preferences. And I bought this when I was, like I mentioned in my intro, when I was on the hunt for foundations, and I thought, yeah, I'll give it a try. Girl, I have never opened this, and I'm not going to because I don't like full coverage foundation. I'm lying to myself. Okay, I just hit myself with that. Passing on. This was a disappointment. Oh, I wanted to love this. This is the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation with Hyaluron and Aloe Vera. I got the shade 30 Neutral Ivory. This was only $5.99, so it's a good deal. And I've seen other people really enjoy this. Juicy Jazz likes this. I don't like it. It doesn't wear well. Breaks apart on the skin. I don't like it. I'm passing it on. Okay, this is the AOA Studio Pro Wear Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Ivory, and this is another one that came from Shop Miss A, and I was actually surprised by this. I'm not going to keep this because it does not wear particularly well on my skin, but when this first goes on, it looks so nice. I think maybe if you have skin that's not quite as dry as mine, because I am on a no buy and I don't want to encourage people to buy a bunch of junk that they don't need. If you are looking to buy a new foundation, don't go out and buy this because if you don't need a foundation. If you're looking to buy a new foundation and if you have less dry skin than me and you're placing an order on Shop Miss A, this might be something to give a try. I was, like I said, really impressed with this, especially considering some of the other complexion products I've gotten from the Shop Miss A website were not ideal. The packaging reminds me of the MAC Face and Body, which people love, but this looked really quite natural. It was just that over the course of the day, around my nose and my chin, it started to break apart. And my kind of dry skin shone through, so I'm getting rid of this, like I said, but I oddly am impressed by it, and it's so affordable. Okay, this one. I'm gonna keep this one. It's the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator, and mine is in the shade Fair. This provides almost no coverage. I'm just being honest with you guys. Almost no coverage. You might be able to layer it. I have not tried that because when I reach for this, I'm looking for something that's just going to give me the barest sense of, what am I trying to say? Just barely evening out my skin tone. My freckles and sunspots and blemishes all show through with this, but it just kind of gives you a little bit of evening out. It takes away a little bit of the redness and discoloration, so you just look really natural. You kind of look like you're not wearing anything, but it just gives the slightest assistance, if you will, to your skin, and that's what I'm looking for often. And this one again is so cheap. It's Wet n Wild. You can get it at Target, almost every drugstore. I really enjoy this one, so I'm gonna keep it. It's only the second one I've kept. This is such a more accurate representation of how often I use foundation already. Okay, this is another one that I was surprised by. I like this. I'm keeping it. It's the CoverGirl Plus Olay Advanced Radiance Age-Defying Makeup Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF blah 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 blah. I got mine in the shade 120 Creamy Natural. This was another one that was a Jessica Braun recommendation that worked out for me. I love it. I love it. It's like a mix of foundation and skincare. It looks pretty natural. It's a good shade match for me. This is the one, as you can tell. There's another one that like has the Olay product and the foundation product like swirled together in the tube. This is not that. I think this one you can get on Amazon, or I want to say I got this one maybe at Walmart, but it's not the swirly one, which you can find. You seem to be able to find the swirly one more readily. But yeah, it wears well. It kind of meshes into my skin pretty well, and I enjoy it. So I want to keep this one. This one, I think I'm going to get rid of this. It's the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid in the shade Ivory Beige. This one's fine, but I don't love it. It's just okay. It's fine. And I have some that I love, so I'm going to pass this on. This one, I'm kind of disappointed in this. I think I'm going to get rid of it. It's the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint, and I have mine in the shade 110, Fair to Light. This, oddly enough, I don't dislike this because it looks bad on my skin. I'm passing this on because this looked like I was wearing nothing, even less of nothing than this product. Like I put on 2 or 3 layers of this and it just made my face shiny, which was fine, but like I can just put on moisturizer or highlighter, you know, to make my face shiny. So, it didn't break me out. It didn't seem to like cling awkwardly or wear poorly. It just did nothing. I bought this because I saw Samantha March when she went on her skin tint spree. She got this one, and this was one of the ones she enjoyed. So I hesitate to say don't buy this product, but I think it just did not work out for me for one reason or another. Passing on. Okay, this is the Sephora Make No Mistake Foundation and Concealer Stick, and I have mine in the shade Birch. And I have not used this yet. I bought this in the last Sephora sale. It was on clearance for $8. And I'm gonna guess that I won't like this, but I want to try it. And if it doesn't work as a foundation, then I want to try using it as a concealer. So I may yet get rid of this, but I would like to at least try it. And this is the crown jewel of my collection. I saved the best for last. This is my perfect foundation. It's the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. It has an SPF of 25, and mine is in the shade CN18 Cream Whip. I adore this. I love it. I love this so much. It wears so well, even through me being outside and be like getting drenched in sweat. It doesn't cling. It doesn't look, it's just, I'm acting giddy and stupid. I love this. I cannot believe I found a foundation that I love this much. It's amazing. It's so amazing. This is expensive. This is like 40 some odd dollars. So I would definitely recommend, if you ever decide you want to try this, see if you can get a sample or something of that nature, because everyone's skin is so different. You may not like this, but if you have incredibly dry skin and you don't like foundation, maybe think about this. I want to say this too. I think that when we watch beauty YouTube, I feel like there's this idea, people talk about foundations looking undetectable and looking like your skin. They don't, guys. Every single foundation looks like you're wearing foundation. Maybe not from a reasonable distance, but when you get close enough to your skin, when you're standing there like we all do, almost pressing your face into the mirror, you can tell you're wearing makeup. You just can. You're putting a layer of paint on your face. And as much as we say things like it melds into your skin and it buffs in, no, it doesn't, guys. It's sitting on top of your skin. It just is. Sometimes it's more obvious and less obvious, but it's foundation. It's sitting on top of your skin. So it's so important to me for us to have managed realistic expectations, because I know part of my problem with makeup and beauty products was the pursuit of the fantasy self, thinking that I'm hearing people online talking about this perfect flawless skin, that I'm seeing these ads with super close-ups of these gorgeous models who look like their skin is just naturally perfect, who, you know, they claim are wearing such and such foundation or concealer or what have you. It's photoshopped. It is. It's not real. And so when you buy something expecting that it's going to look exactly like perfect skin and then you put it on and it doesn't, it's like this huge letdown. And then you set it aside and you search for the next thing and you just keep going. And before you know it, you have, like me, 15 or 20 foundations when you're someone who doesn't wear foundation, because you haven't found that one that will make you have perfect, flawless skin and look completely undetectable. Well, it doesn't exist. It just doesn't. So I'm sorry I went off on a little rant, but with foundation in particular, I feel like with color cosmetics, they're designed to show up. You want people to see them on your skin. You want people to see that you're wearing this beautiful blue eyeshadow or this, you know, beautiful coral blush or red lipstick. Not all together at the same time. But with base products, we want them to disappear into our skin and make us look perfect. And that's just not a thing. So these products that I have here, barring this one because I haven't used it, these products, these 4, give me, I think, the best looking skin with foundation that I think is realistically possible. Realistically possible. I love these. These are my 4, and I'm going to try this one out. So yeah, this is great. This is wonderful. I am keeping 5, and I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Guys, that's it. I got rid of the overwhelming majority of my foundation. I feel so much better. The ones I have left are ones I legitimately know I love. They're all very different, and I can use them for different preferences, different situations, but I really enjoy them. I'm excited to use them. I don't have a ton of junk that I feel guilty for buying, that I know I won't use, that I know is not suited to my skin, just sitting around taking up space. And that is the point of a declutter. So thanks for hanging in there with me, you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.